Hey gang, I hope that you're doing well. I am coming to you from the workshop with the whatever week installment this is of Words from the Workshop. Props to the bishop for giving me a name for this finally. And so last week I talked about the way that we can use words and talking about how sometimes we can use them to create, tell our truths and where we are. And today I want to talk about a battle that takes place between words, and two words in particular: why and how. So often we get caught up in talking about why and not how. And the problem with that is that why leads us to some places that we perhaps don't want to go. We start asking questions like, why does this happen to me? Or why is God choosing to let me deal with this now? Usually that question ends up in bad places. Something like, oh well, obviously God doesn't love me, that's why this is happening. Or it's, even though I'm trying to do everything right in my life, for some reason there's something wrong in it, and that's why this is happening. A much better question to ask is how. How do I live in the midst of the troubled time that I'm in? How can I find some joy in the midst of a trying time? That is a question that is easily answered, and if we start shifting from why to how, that will help us get through. And that's not my idea at all. That comes directly from the book of Ecclesiastes, and we actually just talked about this in our Ecclesiastes Bible study last week. If you want to be a part of our ongoing Ecclesiastes Bible study, if you'll just reach out to the Facebook administrator, and they'll be able to give you that link. Also, coming up this Sunday, it's the anniversary of the congregation. It's 164th anniversary, and we'll be having a virtual love feast. And so what you'll need to do is you will need to bring something to snack on during that service. Now, you don't need a 4-course meal, but something, that's tangible, a little bit more than a piece of bread. And think about something that's special and meaningful to you. Maybe something that you don't get to have too often. Bring that to worship, something to eat and something to drink. And during our slideshow time, looking at the history of the congregation, we will say our blessing and partake together in a love feast. On June the 7th, we will be having a joint worship with Calvary Moravian. It'll be our joint educational Sunday. And that will be done via their platform, so the Calvary Moravian, and we will email out the worship link the week before, or you can go straight to their website and click the Live Now button. But that will be taking place at 11 o'clock on June 7th. If you are looking for a Bible study this week, go to Luke 24, verses 44 through 53, and Acts chapter 1, verses 1 through 11. And as you are reading that, consider these questions. What's the implication for us in the Luke passage, particularly verse 45? Another question. There are two things that we're supposed to be preaching. What are those two things, and which one do we tend to focus on more? And in the Acts passage, think of the question would be, how far is the message supposed to be shared? I hope that you're having a great week, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday with your cool snack food that you're going to have during our love feast. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.